Welcome again in our podcast Inspire and Build, powered by T4B community. I am Nishikant, host of this program, and I am the convener and director of T4B. What is T4B community? T4B community is all about entrepreneurs, founders, business owners, professionals, or anybody who is inspired to do something. T4B is a platform where we do a lot of networking, lot of business meetings, collaborating, supporting each other. So members are supporting any kind of business support, startups, funding, mentoring, suggestion, advice, everything we are doing. So this platform podcast is giving the opportunity to the unsung heroes of our communities actually, who have done remarkable in their journey, and they have some stories. So let's hear their stories and understand what kind of startups, business ideas, or in business they are into actually. So yet another program in Inspire and Build. I would like to welcome Ritiin Chaudhary, founder and director of rZeuus Consulting. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Nishikant. Thank you for having me here today.
Thanks. So we will just express ourselves over here, and first let's start from yourself. Talk about you, your experience, your business.
Yeah, so I'll start with my professional background and then I will come to what I'm doing today. I come from the IT background, right? So by qualification I am electronics engineer and I also done MBA, and I have worked in the corporate sector. I worked with small companies also, very small companies also, and then I have worked with giant global MNCs like Cisco, Accenture. So bulk of my time I spent at these large companies, Cisco and Accenture. During my work at these companies, I got into the wealth field, of course for my own wealth, right?
Okay.
I was earning some good money by God's grace, and then I was trying to grow my own money while doing my job also. And apart from that, I have always wanted to have my own business.
Okay.
So that is another aspect of mine, right? Right from my college days. When I was doing graduation, when I was doing engineering also, at that point of time also, my thought process was clear, and that at some point of time I will have my own business. But then at the same time, for good or bad, I don't know, but then I was given an input, or I was having an input, that before getting into your own business, you should have some work experience, you should have some job experience. So that will help you to do better in your business.
Right.
So with that thought process, and then of course I come from a Maharashtrian family, and in Maharashtrian families obviously business is discouraged.
Correct.
It is believed that you do a job and stick to the job, and that will
Correct.
you will have a good life. So of course after my graduation I got into job, and I got good breaks in the job, very good breaks in the job, and I was doing excellent in my job career. But then, as I said, I always wanted to have my own business, right? And then I got into this trading investment stuff from 2010 almost. And then a lot of my friends, relatives, they were consulting me. Of course, I was doing my job, and as a hobby, you can say, I was consulting my friends and relatives and all. But then gradually, this thing of starting own business, that was always there at the back of my mind. So somewhere towards 2014-15, I thought, why don't I get into this wealth as a business, wealth management as a business. So that is when I started thinking about getting into this business full time. But then at the same time, I am a technology person. Okay, I mean, it's not that I am not good at technology, or I don't like technology. I pretty much like technology. Even today, I like that. So my initial plan was that when I start my business, I will do 50% wealth and 50% technology or IT part. So in 2017, or rather end of 2016, I quit my job. In my last job, I was at Citrix Software.
Citrix.
Again, a good US based MNC. So from January 2017 onwards, I got into business full time. And as I said, my initial plan was that I should do both the things, technology and wealth. But then wealth is such a field. And of course, both the fields I like. It's not that I like this field more or that field more. Wealth field also I like very much. And as I got into it, and then I realized that, boss, there is so much to do here. There is so much scope. There is so much untapped market. There is so much work that can be done, that needs to be done. So slowly, I got into this fully. I mean, technology part is only there for the academic thing now. I am 99.99% into the wealth. Within wealth, I have some plans of doing some technology related solutions for wealth industry. Maybe that is my plan during the course of time, maybe next 2-3 years, 5 years.
Right.
I might do something, I might bring that technology angle to the wealth business.
Right.
So that's the background and that's my journey. So I started with the corporate career, and from 2017 onwards I am full time into wealth management. Now wealth management again is a very, you can say, broadly or generally used word. Even somebody who is doing a very small thing or small work also calls himself a wealth manager, and then large fund houses are there, they also call themselves as wealth manager. So we at rZeuus Consulting, the name of my firm is rZeuus Consulting. So we try to touch upon each and every part of life of a person or a company who is our client in terms of growing their wealth. Now what I consider wealth, every type of asset that you are having, whether it is gold, whether it is real estate, whether it is your mutual funds, whether it is your fixed deposit, whether it is your PF, whatever holdings you are having, whether it is unlisted shares, whether it is cryptocurrency. So there are 8-10 different type of assets which are there. So anything outside your home in the sense your end use residence, I don't consider it as an asset. It is not part of your wealth because it is something you are using, consuming. And jewelry is again something that you are consuming. So anything outside that I consider as part of wealth, and my job is to, or our objective is to help our clients or investors to optimize these assets. Okay, now whether it is your real estate or whether it is your gold or whether it is your other assets, whatever assets you are having, our objective is that these assets should give you good returns. That is our whole objective, and then for that we have various services. Yeah, so that's the.
Oh, I guess you are completely into it. Your life speaks. You talk about wealth. You are now in mind everything in your wealth actually. So very nice. So I want to know what inspired you to do this kind of business. Why not other business actually?
Okay, so that's a good question. So the inspiration is not something very glorious or something. The inspiration is simple. One is that I like what I am doing. I like it. That's the reason I am doing it. Otherwise, I will not do it just for the sake of it. There are 100 things a person can do.
Correct.
But then you do it just for the sake of your livelihood.
Correct.
Or whether you are doing it because you like it. So I am doing it because I like it. That is very clear. Number two, why this as a business? Now again, coming back to my background, I could run a technology company.
Correct.
I could run some other type of different businesses also.
Yeah.
I can get into manufacturing. I have that wherewithal. I am a management person also. But then I have some, notions. And that notion is that one should be as productive as possible. And I personally don't like to spend my time, energy, bandwidth into things which are not really productive. Okay, now if I get into manufacturing or if I run an IT company, with due respect, those are also fantastic businesses, no doubt. But then I feel as a founder or as a business owner, there is a lot of time spent into unproductive things in traditional businesses, in general businesses. Whereas my business, wealth, fits into my notion, and that notion is that whatever I am doing 24/7 is adding value to my business. I am not spending time on unnecessary things.
Very nice.
So, as I said, one is I like this business. I like 10 other businesses also, but I am not doing those 10 other businesses. I am doing this business. The reason is I like it. At the same time, it fits with my working style. In this business, I am able to be productive. My employees are able to be productive. So that is one very important business, one very important reason I am into the wealth business.
Very nice. I guess this message should go through all the entrepreneurs. Like, if you are liking or passionate about that idea, then only do it. Just for the sake of money or some kind of the external kind of whatever you are seeing, for that you should not get into that. So thanks.
Yeah.
So very nice. Tell us about your product or services in detail.
Yeah.
So that our audience और our जनता उनको समझ में आए कि आप एक्चुअल में किस टाइप का बिजनेस में हो, उसको कैसे आप सर्विस करते हो, आपके साथ वो जुड़ना चाहे तो कैसे जुड़ सकते हैं वो. So please tell all these things in detail.
Yeah, so we have various services under the wealth management. So we deal primarily in stock market.
Okay.
Stock market is one of the primary focus areas. Then of course, other than that, we are also into cryptocurrency. Expertise wise, we have got very good expertise in stock market. We have got very good expertise in cryptocurrency, both the areas. But then looking at the market dynamics, you can say the major focus is on stock market. Apart from that, we are also into commodities. We are also into real estate consulting, not real estate dealing, but real estate consulting. Then we are also into private equity. Now, what do you mean by private equity? Is that if some HNI or ultra HNI clients want to buy stakes in some companies, so we identify some good companies for you, companies with a good track record and balance sheet and good founders, etc. And then we advise on the investments in the private equity. So on the stock side or crypto side, there are 4 major services that we are having. First service is something we call as PMS or account management, wherein we basically operate the client demat accounts on a profit sharing basis. We generate profit and then we share the profits with the clients. So that is one model. Second model is fund management. So in fund management, if the clients are looking for fixed or assured returns in a timely manner, I don't want less or I don't want more, but I want something fixed and in a timely manner. So for those type of investors, we have fund management services. In account management, you may get in 1 year you might get more, in 1 year you might get less, and you cannot commit on the timely fashion. So that is the difference between the account management and the fund management. Then we have also advisory services. So advisory services, we provide basically guidance on managing your own portfolio. We provide you information about what stock to buy, when to buy, at what level to buy, where to do profit booking, where to do exit, where to do stop loss. So that end-to-end guidance is provided. It is like indirectly we are managing your portfolio, but the execution has to be done by you. We are not going to do the execution, and we charge a certain quarterly fixed fees for that. So this advisory services is there for stocks trading and investment. It is also for derivatives, F&O trading and investments. You can take it for stocks also, for derivative also. But then the execution depends on you. So it is for those people who basically feel that I have time, I have interest, you give me the guidance. So for those type of people, we have the advisory services. In fund management or in account management, as an investor, you don't have to do anything. You just sit back and see your money grow. So these are the 3 things. Apart from that, of course, we are into trainings. So we have a lot of in-house expertise in terms of trainings. So we provide all type of trainings, right from basic to advanced trainings. You can talk about fundamental analysis, you can talk about technical analysis, you can talk about derivative trading, advanced derivative trading. So all type of trainings are available, and online as well as offline. And it is available across the globe. I mean, I have my clients all over the world. In India, of course, we have clients, and almost in every major country, whether it is USA, UK, Switzerland, Dubai, Australia, Singapore, everywhere we have clients. So that way we have a global reach. We have a certified, I'm myself having various certifications related to trading and investment. Then I also have a team of people who are certified. We follow certain systems, methodology for risk management, diversification, so that people's money is safe, number one, and number two, it is growing. Now, what happens in wealth, one is that you want your money to be safe. At the same time, you want your money to grow. So if you are not taking risk, if you say that boss, my money has to be 100% safe, then somewhere your growth can get compromised. So we have to make sure that the safety is also there. At the same time, your money is growing optimally. When I say optimally, you should get some
Return.
which is better than what an average asset manager is providing you. So our returns are always above average, whatever the average market return is there. So I will not talk about exact specific percentage here, but
Right.
then we always strive that you are getting above average returns, definitely. And secondly, we also look at you are making profit in all seasons. Around the year you should be able to make profit. Every month you should be able to make profit. Every quarter you should be able to make profit. It's not that you buy something and I tell you that okay, investment is a long-term game and you wait and watch and sometime you will see profit. No, I don't believe in that philosophy. Market gives you enough opportunities all the time and you should be able to capitalize on those opportunities and you should be able to generate profit in short term also and you should be able to generate profit in long term also. Currently we are having summer or kind of summer. And in summer we typically get Alfonso, right? My favorite is Alfonso
Right.
as a fruit, Hapus mango. We get it only 1 month in a year. You're not going to get it 12 months in a year. In our business, the profit is all the 12 months in a year. So profit in all seasons, that is the motto and philosophy of our working.
It's your tagline.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Very interesting, sir. So we talked about your inspiration, your product or services. Very nice. So I want to know, like, what are the challenges you have faced so far, roadblocks, hurdles to build this. So we have inspired. Now we are talking about building this something actually.
Mhm.
So how you build it actually, overcome with all the challenges and all that. So talk about your challenges, some kind of losses or whatsoever actually. So hurdles.
Yeah, so see, as I said, I came into a new industry. I come from a technology background and I got into finance in 2017 or wealth as a business. So obviously there were some mistakes which were done in the initial years. Whenever you are getting into some business, obviously you will make mistakes and you learn from the mistakes. You cannot say that from day one I will be doing everything right. So obviously I made my own set of mistakes, my own set of losses. Sometimes we had to compensate clients from our own pocket to keep your credibility. And you are there in the business for long term. So people trust you with their money, with their wealth. So if something is going wrong here and there, so we had to compensate clients from our pockets also. So those are the, you can say, issues or challenges that I have faced. But then I guess it's par for the course. Nothing major as such. Gradually things have been okay. Yeah. There are always so every industry will have some or other challenges. Like in our industry, the market is very dynamic, very volatile. Every season something or other keeps on happening. There was COVID, then there are tariff wars, then there is Russia-Ukraine war, then there is Israel issue. Some more issue always keeps on going. So you always have to have some strategy and risk management in place so that all these things you can overcome. Then there are changes from the government side. SEBI in India, SEBI is the governing body for investments in India. So they keep on changing rules here and there almost every quarter, every alternate quarter. So that again we have to adjust to. So that's part and parcel of the business.
Very nice. Good, sir. So Ritiin ji, let's talk about market. So we have seen after independence 3-4 times turbulence actually. So we have seen 1971 kind of down, and then 2008-2009 down actually, and this time tariff war, and then some terrorist attack on India actually. So
Yeah.
in global perspective, what you feel about this kind of scenarios in market sense or in terms of common people who wanted to invest with you actually? How you would like to give this kind of examples or kind of your suggestions to?
Yeah, so see, a market is going to be always volatile. You cannot say that market will be stable. If then the market is stable, then there will be no market. Investment market, whether it is stock market, India stock market, US stock market or global stock market, or whether it is commodity market, there are various asset classes, like stock market is there, commodity market is there, currency market is there. So all these are different type of market classes, and all asset classes are always going to be volatile. So my message to everybody who wants to get into market, number one, don't do anything without what you call understanding what you are doing. Of course, everybody wants to grow money. But if you don't know what you are doing, just your friend says, chacha says, mama says, and you do something.
होते रहता है ऐसा.
हाँ, so don't do that. That will basically most of the times you will lose money. Either you study the things properly, आप थोड़ा समझ लो, information आपका grow करो, go for some trainings. Learning is very important. Unfortunately, very few people are interested in learning. Everybody feels that they should get money from the stock market or trading, but then hardly they are spending any time in learning. We keep on organizing so many sessions, and very few people actually take the initiative of attending the trainings. So when I say attending the trainings, I am not saying you pay money for the trainings. You pay or don't pay, doesn't matter whether you are paying 5,000, 10,000, etc. doesn't matter. That 5,000, 10,000 doesn't matter. What matters is the time and energy that you are investing for learning. And unfortunately, very less people are interested in investing in the time and money in time and energy in learning. So if you ask me one thing that I would like to tell people is that please spend time and energy on learning. Number one,
right?
Give it a priority. You spend time on an IPL match. You spend 3 hours.
Correct.
Every day. 3 hours every day for 2 months.
A movie.
You go to a movie. You do so much gupshup and gossip and all those things, right? What is it going to give you? Spend some time on learning. You will say that's not my business, but then you are trying to get something out of it, right?
Correct.
You are putting lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees. So you should give it some priority from the learning point of view. So coming back to your question, market is always going to be like this. It is always going to be volatile. It is always going to have traps. Market is full of traps. There are operators, there are whales who are always going to grab money from the retail. Retail which is vulnerable, they don't know, they just go with the herd. So learning will help you to avoid all these things. So try to learn. If at all you don't want to learn, go with somebody who is having a proper experience, proper knowledge of the market. Go with some professionals. So unfortunately, people are happy making losses in the market. People will make lakhs and crores of rupees of losses, but they will not spend time and energy on learning. I am not talking about money on learning. Money on learning is nothing. Time and energy on learning, people are not interested in spending. People are also not comfortable paying professional fees. अगर आपको आपके हार्ट का ऑपरेशन करना है तो आप खुद करोगे क्या?
नहीं.
You will take a professional help.
Yes.
Similarly, for your wealth also, you should take professional help.
Correct.
You cannot say that I am an expert and I will manage my own money. I mean, you can be. Then you learn and become expert, no problem. But then if you don't have that expertise, then take professional help. तो वो थोड़ा mindset लोगों को लाना चाहिए कि either आप learning करो, become yourself knowledgeable, or go somebody with knowledge, let that person also earn and you also earn.
Correct.
तो वो mindset लोगों को थोड़ा रखना चाहिए. If that mindset you keep, then you will make some money, good money in the market. You will not lose money in the market. अभी market में there are so many scams and different type of traps in the market. I mean, every day I keep on getting calls from people कि अभी यहाँ पे पैसा अटक गया, वो scam में पैसा चला गया, वो app था उसमें they showed something or other. So you will avoid all these things. So spend time on learning. That is one thing I always tell people.
Oh, very nice. Learning is very important.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Ritiin ji, I have seen you. We are long connected professionally, and seeing you a lot of activities you are doing. Maybe in learning also, training also. You participate in our activities also. You are helping the other members also a lot. So tell us something about the business growth strategy. How you develop your business, how you manage your business to grow and sustain all this.
Yeah, so see, I'll talk about my business growth first. So, in my business, acquiring the customer is the start of the story. So, acquiring customer is always easier, I will say, but to maintain the trust of the customer is important. So, we always focus upon maintaining the trust and confidence of the customer or the investor. And growth strategy for me is very simple. We believe in organic growth. And organic growth is like getting new customers through the existing customers.
Reference.
So we try to keep our, or rather we keep our existing investors happy and they get us the additional business. So that is one of the, you can say, major source of business for me. As I said, I started my business in 2017. And I am glad to say that a lot of my clients from those days are still my clients.
Wow.
So they have gradually increased their investment, they have increased their business with me. So that is how we should approach. Of course, the growth strategy can be different for different sectors or different type of industries. But few things remain common. Customer satisfaction. You keep the expectations clear with the customer that this is possible, this is not possible. If your expectations are clear, then meeting the expectations is easy. Everybody should do that. A lot of times people promise more and deliver less. So you promise something and deliver the same thing. Maybe you can do little extra delivery, that is okay. But then promise what you can deliver and deliver what you promised. So that is what we believe in. And that helps us to basically maintain our investor base, customer base and grow our base. And that is what I will suggest what other people should also look at. Keep your communication clear, keep the expectations right and deliver accordingly. Another important thing I want to mention is that you also need to know what you can do, what you want to do and what you do not want to do. So this is in general true for every businesses. Now, and I keep on having this discussion with people many times. See, if you are a salaried person, obviously you will do only what is required to do. You are not going to do something very extra. आपको जितना सैलरी मिल रहा है, जितना काम का मिल रहा है, that is what most of the people will do. They will not go out of the box and do something. So your boundary is already defined कि यही करना है और आप उतना ही करते हो.
Correct.
In business what happens, the thing is for good or bad, you are the business owner. You are the decision maker. You are going to decide what you want to do or what you can do and what you cannot do. So a lot of times people stretch themselves or end up doing things which they should not be doing. So that becomes like you spread yourself too thin or you are getting into too many things. So that impacts your productivity. So you should focus upon your core area, what is your focus area, and you focus upon that and try to be good in that and try to grow that. I'll give you my personal example. In wealth, a lot of people consider insurance as part of wealth. I can do insurance as a business with my existing customers, but I don't do it deliberately. As a strategy, I have decided that I will not touch this business. So it is giving me another advantage. One is that I am not doing that. So of course I focus on my core activities, core areas which we spoke about earlier. Another, it is giving me an opportunity. Now I am able to partner with people who are into insurance. People who are into insurance business, and of course they are not doing my work, I am not doing their work, so we complement each other, so they partner with me. So coming back to the point, and so as they say yes to no.
So partner is another strategy.
Of course, partner is another strategy. So say yes to no is very important. You should know what you don't want to do or what you should not do. That is very important for the business people.
Very nice.
That is one of the strategies of all great people. One of the great people, or rather the greatest person in my industry, is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has always been very selective. He will say, I will do only these few things, nothing more. And by only doing those few things, he has built generational wealth. He is like one of the best, performer in the wealth business.
So, with this strategy, I know, and we have been also working together in couple of projects, and you are part of T4B also.
Yeah.
So, as a platform, you are also a chapter leader also in our one of the chapter. As a platform, as a community, how you feel like this is important for your business, and are you getting support from this business? Any external, internal support you are getting? All these things. Any input on that?
Yeah. So T4B has been very productive for me. T4B as a platform, with all your initiatives and activities that you are doing to basically grow the T4B platform. Personally, it has been quite productive for me. I got definitely decent investment clients from the platform. I got very good, you can say, connects who are friends also, and business contacts also. I got some collaboration partners also. So I got business connects, I got friends, I got investment. Obviously, I mean, we are here for business, and I got collaboration partners. So what more you can ask for? So I will say extremely productive for me in different senses.
Yeah, so that's very nice to hear.
And then another point I want to mention here is that since we are talking about T4B as a business networking platform, so anybody who is into business networking, you should always try to expand your business network. At the end of the day, your network is your net worth. So if you are increasing your network, then obviously your net worth will increase. So I always say this, that if you are doing business networking, that means you are active. If you are not doing business networking, either you are super busy, you are super successful, or you are not up to the mark.
Correct.
You fall only in these two categories if you are not doing business networking. Otherwise, you should be actively doing business networking. So if you are doing decent business and you want to grow your business, then business networking is must. So either you have reached the plateau, you are saturated कि अभी इसके ऊपर मेरा business grow ही नहीं हो सकता, then you stop business networking, or then you feel that my business, there is something wrong with my business, I cannot service people, then you don't do business networking.
Yeah, it's requires some time, discipline, some kind of process to follow.
Yes.
Rules and regulations actually. So
Yes.
and that's what we are trying to build, and members are following up, and then we have to work on that actually.
Yes.
So coming now on the couple of last questions is what advice you would like to give to the entrepreneurs, how they should, because I have heard somewhere in your speech in some of the sessions, is give at least 5 years. So what is the funda of that 5 years? I have heard from you actually, if you remember, somewhere you have talked about it actually.
Yeah.
So can you just share that thought again?
Yeah, so see, whenever you are starting something new, I am talking about something new. See, if you are a second generation or a third generation into that business, then that's a different thing. Let's say your father was having a manufacturing company, and you are into that manufacturing companies and you are taking it forward, so it's a different thing. But if you are starting something new, like for example, I started from IT, I came into wealth, so it was a completely different transition. So to set up any business, and there are a lot of management books also on this, that you require 3 to 5 years to see proper success. So sometimes you might get it in 3 years, sometimes you will get it in 4 years, 5 years. So 3 to 5 years is the time that you have to give. Somebody might become successful in the first quarter, somebody might become successful in the first year, that is fine. But in general, people will require 3 to 5 years, and you have to give that 3 to 5 years. First of all, before you get into a business, do some proper study. Don't do it just for the sake of it. As I said earlier, if you do a business because you like it and you know it, then the chances of success are good. But if you do a business just for the sake of it, Like for example, I have a hardware shop, and tomorrow all of a sudden I feel that the mithai shops are doing good, so I will start mithai shop also. So that's not how you go about it.
Correct, correct,
You should do what you know and what you like.
correct.
So आपका chances of success are good, and then you give it time. A lot of businesses will have hurdles. There is a learning curve and payoff period and all those things. So you have to have that patience. Once you enter it, give it a decent amount of time, put your all energy and efforts and everything. So once you are there consistently, results will come.
Right, right.
If you are consistent. If you are not consistent, after 1 year you start feeling that no, I am not doing great, or this business itself is not good, or competition is too much. So you will start finding excuses.
We have seen some examples also.
Yeah, so life is always full of excuses.
Correct.
So you will start getting excuses if you are not getting results. So always look at what is possible,
Correct.
and always keep yourself consistent. At least give for the initial period of 3 years to 5 years. You have to be consistent. You have to keep on improving. So I am 99.99% sure, if you are consistent, if you like your work, if you are good at your work, it has to
Passionate,
click.
right. It has to click.
No excuse will work. So that is why I feel that, I mean, first of all, you get into it carefully. Don't get into it just for the sake of it. But once you are there, then you follow a proper plan. Try to have proper strategy. Try to have mentors. Take help from people in the profession. So all that is there. But then time has to be given. Time and consistency and focus. As I said earlier, say yes to no. Focus on your business, focus on your work. Within that, have boundaries define karo. Stick to the boundaries, and the results will come.
I guess this is very important learning and takeaway from you, Ritiin ji, because you talked about some technical and some management aspects also, and this is very important for new generation or for any per se, any entrepreneurs anywhere in the world actually.
Yeah.
It be anywhere. These are basic fundamentals, prerequisite they should have actually. Would you like to seek some advice if they want to run your kind of business? So you would like to give them some mentorship, or how you would like advise them actually in your kind of business actually?
Yeah. So I'm always open to get associated with people in my profession. So somebody wants to start a career in this business, they are welcome to discuss with me, take my suggestions, or work with me. They can do internships also, and if things really go well, we can work out some long-term relationship also. So most welcome.
Good to have you, and I spend good time with you right now.
Yeah.
And I am learning a lot of things now. I believe audience is also learning. So you are doing a lot of things in finance, fundings, and your investment, managing n number of clients globally actually. So with this all hard work and your all stress work, how you manage your life? What is your funda of that actually, work-life balance and all that, which is very typical need of the hour now.
Yeah. So thanks for asking this. Now, first of all, I mentioned that I like my work. Okay. So when you like your work, work is not stress. So
True.
on that front, I am lucky. My work doesn't stress me. So whatever I am doing, I mean, it never happens that, अरे यार अभी ये थोड़ा मैं free रहता तो अच्छा रहता था. Never. Whatever work is there, I always happily do it, my work. So that way, since work itself is like a kind of a comfortable thing for you, so work doesn't give me stress. So I am fortunate on that side. Regarding how I basically manage work-life balance, then of course I take breaks. I take break during the day. A lot of my friends, people know that I switch off my phone for 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Oh.
So that's a complete break. I basically have to keep my mind fresh for the remaining part of the day. So I do that. I absolutely switch off my phone and I just take a break.
Wow.
So I do that. Then apart from that, there are some things that everybody should follow. Whether you are a businessman or whether you are a working professional or a salaried person. And the thing is that something that I always recommend people is that meditation. Spend at least half an hour to 1 hour every day in meditation. So that is very good for you for all point of time. Uh,
Focus.
it helps you for your physical health, it helps you for your relationships, it helps you for your professional work. So that has to be done. If you are doing that, at least half an hour every day without any disturbance, try to do some meditation. It can be just meditation, pranayam, or some chanting. I strongly recommend that. So that itself will take care of your work-life balance to a great extent.
Wow.
Nothing else is required. And then of course you do exercise, spend some time in nature, go for a walk. So all those things I try to do myself also. Spend some time in sports.
Yeah, I know that we have been we used
Yeah.
to travel also together.
We got connected through my sports
Through
hobby,
sports
right?
only, right?
So
yeah.
I play badminton and we got connected because of
Correct,
badminton.
correct,
So see, I mean that is the benefit of having these hobbies.
Correct. Okay, I guess we are done, and thanks for your time, sir.
Yes.
For on behalf of T4B and Inspire and Build podcast, I would like to thank Ritiin ji for giving his valuable time and input for all of us. Actually, thanks again.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thanks.